She downplayed how much the child would impact our relationship, and she said her family was super supportive, so I wouldn't need to worry. Over time, I got comfortable with the idea, and honestly, I admired her for being such a great mom. Welcome to the Hallowed Halls of Magic's Monologue. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and the sage keeper of the keys to today's tome of wisdom and knowledge. Today's a Dear Magic video. I dated a single MOM, dangerous lies I ignored. But before embarking on an expedition to knowledge and many people's very poor life choices, I thank you for the thumbs up you've given me, the subscribe, and the smacking of the bell to be instantly notified of new videos. Let's begin the journey. This is a letter from a viewer who's seeking my advice on his relationship situation with a single MOM and what happened to him. This is yet another excellent yet cautionary tale about the dangers of doing and dating single MOMs, and how most of the time there is no upside for the majority of men. So, my brothers, watch, listen, learn, and give your comments in the comment section below. Dear Magic, I'm Daniel, a 22-year-old guy, and for the past 6 months, I've been dating this incredible woman, Sarah, who is 26. From the start, she seemed perfect, fun, smart, and nurturing. She'd made me feel seen in ways no one else ever has. I started to believe she was the one. And how many times, guys, have we all heard this? She's great, she's wonderful, until she isn't. But recently, everything changed, and now I don't know what to think. Oh, do tell. When we first started dating, Sarah told me she had a child. At the time, I wasn't sure if I was ready to date someone with a kid, but she assured me she had everything under control. Okay. As I always like to say, follow your instincts. Slap to the back of the head. How many times do we have to say this? As a rule, dating single MOMs is a bad idea, a poor investment, buying swampland in Florida. Most single MOMs are single moms because they choose it, either through poor life choices, drugs, alcohol, an inability to choose good men, even after he bites her on the ass and says, "I'm here," not choosing to use birth control, or divorcing because they honestly thought at 25 plus with a kid, they could go out into the dating market and get a better deal. Are there exceptions? Sure. Women who are actual widows who didn't choose it. Unless they killed their husbands, but that's a whole other new video for another time. However, the problem with that is she may actually become a true alpha widow, and you will always be compared to a ghost. You are a 22-year-old guy and you have your whole life ahead of you. Now is the time you work your ass off. Find your one thing, your purpose, your meaning, and make yourself the prize by the time you're 30. Thus making yourself out to be the guy who is the selector, not the selectee in your mating choices. She downplayed how much the child would impact our relationship, and she said her family was super supportive, so I wouldn't need to worry. Over time, I got comfortable with the idea, And honestly, I admired her for being a great MOM. Let me rephrase this here. She loved bombed you, and she hoovered or Dysoned your brains out through your Willie, Johnson, Tadger, your middle wicket, or meat puppet, or, bald-headed giggle stick. Okay, you guys get the picture. Fast forward to last week, out of nowhere, Sarah sat me down and said, I need to tell you something. Okay, few things fire off a guy's fight or flight reflex who is in a relationship when a woman says, oh, I don't know, I need to tell you something. We need to talk. You know I love you, right? I slept with your dad or your brother and I'm pregnant. Okay, I just threw that in there to see if you all were awake. Fast forward to last week, out of nowhere, Sarah sat me down and said, I need to tell you something. That's when she admitted she actually has, wait for it, 3 kids. I was stunned. 3? She explained that she didn't tell me earlier because she was scared I'd walk away. She framed it like she was protecting us and our relationship by keeping it a secret. Slap to the back of the head. No, she didn't tell you because she knew you would walk away. How many of you guys have heard women use the "but I was afraid" excuse to justify an action they knew at the time was completely wrong? She lied to you and is failing to take any accountability. In the comments below, how many of you guys would stick around to hear the rest of the excuses, or would you bolt immediately? This is assuming, of course, you even got this far. Looking back, there was signs. Gee, you think? She was vague about her schedule, often saying things like, I can't tonight, but I'll make it up to you. I assumed it was work or normal life stuff. Now I realize she was juggling 3 kids and didn't want me to know. There were also times when she would subtly steer the conversation away if I asked deeper questions about her life. It felt like she was carefully controlling what I knew about her, keeping me just close enough to fall for her while hiding the full picture. Well, that's not mercenary, Machiavellian, or manipulative. No, not at all. What really stings is how calculated it feels. She waited until I was emotionally invested, until I cared about her deeply before revealing the truth. Even then, she didn't tell me everything at once. This, boys and girls, is what we call trickle-truthing. First, it was the one child, which I accepted. Then, months later, she dropped the rest of the story. I guess you could say she pulled a Paul Harvey, Now you know the rest of the story. I can't help but feel like she tested the waters with one kid to see if I'd stick around, then slowly revealed the reality piece by piece to keep me hooked. The worst part is, I don't know if I'm ready to be with someone in her situation. I don't even have my own life fully figured out yet. But I love her, and that's what makes this so hard. The way she handled this, keeping me in the dark, controlling the narrative, makes me question if I can fully trust her. Was this all just a way to make sure I didn't leave? Magic, I need your help. How could I move forward when I feel torn between my love for her and my doubts about her honesty? Is it even possible to build something real with a foundation started with half-truths? Alrighty. I have a saying. Any relationship predicated upon a lie is doomed to failure. Daniel, thank you for writing and choosing this channel. I want you to know everything I'm about to say is coming from a place of brotherly love. I'm going to give it to you straight if I were your older brother. Slap to the back of the head. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you stoned, stupid, desperate, or president of your local SIMP club? There is no future here. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And this woman does not love you. She is a liar. She is a user. And this is the kind of woman who gives all single MOMs a bad name. She is the reason we say, at best, single moms are for fun. Except for you, Derek. You cheeky bastard. You doubled down on a 16, then pulled a 4 and an ace at the blackjack table, so we're not talking about you. So wipe that smug smile off your face. For the rest of the universe, it doesn't end well. Daniel, obviously her plan is working. I can't tell you how or what to feel. However, I suspect you're in love with the idea of being in love with her. Frankly, you can do better. As I previously said, now is the time to work your ass off. Find your one thing, your purpose, your meaning, and make yourself the prize by the time you're 30. Thus making yourself out to be the guy who is the selector, not the selectee in your mating choices. Learn from this and make better choices in women next time. In the comments below, continue the discussion as to what I missed, because I'm sure I missed a lot of things, and help this young man out so he can continue and doesn't fall into the trap so many of you have. If you found value in this video and my channel, help a brother out by doing 3 things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with at least 3 friends who need to learn from my channel. Confession is good for the soul and this channel. Send me your personal relationship stories to share, or if you see an article online you think I should cover, send the link to stories@magixmonologue.com. If you have a moment, subscribe to my locals, Rumble, Twitter, Getter, or Gab for future politically incorrect content which this platform would not appreciate it. Through this, you're leading by example, encouraging other men to rise higher, and ensuring you live a life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. If you liked this video about dating single MOMs, then click here and watch Unforgivable Betrayal, Why I Kicked My Single MOM Girlfriend and Her Kid Out. Otherwise, if you can't wait for my next new video, then click over here if you're watching YouTube for another right now. Until next time.